Yo, mateys, this is Captain Blue here over at CGPirates.com. Hope you're doing well. So here's our rock that we made in the last part, and we are going to reproduce this rock lots and lots of places. So first, I'm going to take our basic man and just move him out the way. So I'm just going to move him up here. Okay, just so his feet are on the ground, and that way the rock will not get in his way. And I'm going to make a couple of different versions of this rock as well, so I'm just going to bring it back to about here and hold down Alt and drag, Alt and drag. Okay, and I'm going to make a scale 3x3x3, so that's really big, and a scale 2x2x2. Okay, and this gives us some good places to start from. So now what I can do is just rotate and start moving this around my model, just so that it's kind of really going around and adding detail to it. And the good thing is that with these three variations of the same rock, they'll look different enough that people won't really notice that you're using the same rock over and over again, which we are. And I can just bring this one down a bit so it gives us some height variation. There we go. And I'm going to bring it down over here, so I'm just going to use my move tools and holding Alt again. And remember, this is obviously 3D, so we need to do the back of the model as well as the front. Okay, and there we go. Now I'm going to get rid of these walls because they're kind of going to get in my way now. They serve their purpose, which was just to act as a kind of a definition, but this is an island. Now, see where this big rock is here? We don't want that, so I'm going to move this over here, because otherwise we'll not be able to use our ladder, will we? Well, our staircase anyway. And the whole point that we're doing here is that we want to get lots and lots of lovely detail, and we want to overlap it wherever we can, just so that it looks better. Okay, so you'll notice I'm trying not to have it actually overlapping onto the... Now, what would they call this part, do you think? Whatever that part would be called anyway. Now I'm going to move this back and just shift here. And I do apologise if you can hear a tapping as of someone gently rapping, but that is the sound of my cat. It wants to be in because it's been out hunting mice, and I will let it in, but I'm not going to let it in until I've finished recording this bit, because then it will want some cat food. Okay, so you see how these are all kind of merging together, but we're getting some good shapes here now. And if I adjust how high up they are, this one as well, see, we start to get some really, really nice kind of blending of the shape. And the moss, which you can see at the top there, is kind of really working in our favour in duplicating things. So it just looks generally very nice. It looks very detailed. That's what we need. It's very hard to say this. I use a term which always makes my lovely wife Pinky the Pirate laugh, which I call flangification. Now, this is a term that I use which is more suited towards mechanical modelling, and this is more like building modelling. This is more like archery, it's architectural visualization. But what it means is adding things that look like they should be there over and over and over again, because detail comes from adding and adding and adding and adding and adding and keeping adding, and you keep putting things in. If I turn this all the way around like this, you see, and you keep putting things in and keep piling them up, and that way you know, there we go, you see, that you've got all these lovely details, and you see how these rocks are really starting to take shape now. Now then, I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to turn it around here. And remember, just, I always say to people that I'm teaching, okay, we all have a thing called an artist's eye, and sometimes it takes us a while for our artist's eye to really develop, but that's okay, that's what practice is for. Anyone can have an artist's eye, and what we're going to do is we're going to really practice and look at this with our artist's eyes, and we're going to think, should that be there? And does it look nice there? And the only person who can decide that is you. You are the artist, okay? This is going to be your world. Whatever you want in here is what happens, you know? It's like being a traditional artist, working on oil paints and watercolours and things. It's their world, it's your world, okay? And you need to be enjoying it. And just think to yourself, what can I do here? Okay, so we've used the big rocks. So now let's come out, and I'm going to use this little rock. So I'm going to bring it over here. And if I turn it around, I can have it lying just against here. So you see it's... I love the idea that it's kind of covering up a few of the stairs. Not too many of them, just a couple of them. And I'm going to just copy it across. Now, if I duplicate it and lower it, you'll notice it just looks like the same rock. But if I move this bit, now it doesn't really. And I can just keep doing this, just keep moving things around, keep changing things. And like I say, you know, I'm just using my artist's eye. I'm using my opinion. Does that look right? And if it looks right, then it probably is. That's the best way to look at these things. Okay, now we've got some nice big spaces here. Let's put this little rock into it. I can go there. And I bet it can go here as well. Bring it down. There we go. What about over there? See, sometimes I don't even need to turn it round, because what it's doing is it's kind of blending in the spaces with the other rocks. So this can sometimes take a few minutes, but you know, it's fun. It's like playing with your Lego, if you have Lego. If you have lots of bits of Lego, this is like having infinite Lego. Imagine having all the Lego you could ever want, just so much of it, you don't know what to do with it. That's what this is like. There we go. I'm just going to spin this around a bit. And don't worry about how many of these things you create, because in a game engine like Unreal Engine, it doesn't matter how many copies you make of the original object, because it uses what's known as instancing. And so, in reality, it's only loaded the model once and just told the computer that it's at a different scale and a different rotation, all these other locations. There we go. I think I can probably have another one just come out here as well. There we go. Yeah, I like that. And I think I'm going to move this one over here, and then I'm going to take this one. Now remember, rocks, if we're doing it like this, they'll be high up in the middle and then they'll be coming down, okay, like that. So that's the only kind of rule I'm going to tell you that we need to enforce. Okay, we wouldn't have our lighthouse kind of in a crater where the walls are coming up higher. Okay, let's put this rock here just so that it looks interesting. I like that, and I'm going to just adjust the edge and pull it in and down. Okay, and then lastly we have our little rock. And our little rock's great because we'll be able to do some fun things with that. So that'll add a little bit of roundness to various parts. You see, like that and like that. I'm just going in. Just making a few copies. And I suggest that you really take this around and just make yourself this kind of, make yourself a shape that you think you're going to be comfortable with, you know? Make yourself something that is your lighthouse. And I know I'm babbling, okay, and I'm sorry, especially if you don't like babbling. There is a volume control, and you can of course turn me off if you want. I fully understand, okay? But I'm just trying to positively reinforce that you have it in you to be a really, really good 3D and game artist. So just go for it, you know, you can do this. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that. I'm going to move this rock, I'm going to make a couple of copies of it. So I'm going to do one here, then I'm going to make this one just come over here, and I'll rotate it. And I'm not going to scale that, I don't think. Or should I? could make it 444. Lovely, great big rock. And to add a little bit of difference to it, I can just rotate it a bit. Just have it about there. Why not? Why not? That will do. Okay, so as you can see, we've spent 10 minutes together kind of doing this, putting the basic rocks around the bottom of the lighthouse. What a difference it's made. What a difference it's made. So I'm going to press save, just to save my current map, and I'm going to build my lighting, which won't take very long, remember, because we're using things like light mass importance volumes. So let's just start it up, and I'll just pause this. There we go, it did not take long. Done. And now we've got all the shadowing going on between the rocks down here. See? Beautiful. And of course the lighthouse is shading these ones from the direction the sun's coming in. Right, so that's the end of this little section on how we bring over some stuff here. I'm going to do a small tutorial on how we use Quixel Bridge to bring in an asset as well, but I'll do that in a separate bit. And until then, remember, you can message me on the Facebook page, or you can email me, or you can jump on Discord and just say hello if you want to. And until then, I'll see you later. Goodbye for now.